Summer 2026 has been an incredible season for anime, but there's a good chance you've already missed some great new shows. We're talking about long-awaited adaptations, fresh new originals, and one legendary franchise that's making a fresh start. From adult romance to historical epics and cyberpunk classics, there's something here for everyone. These are the new anime you shouldn't miss this summer. Let's count them down. Black Torch. A guy tries to save an injured cat and ends up sharing his body with an ancient spirit. And no, that's not some huge spoiler. It literally happens in the first episode. Jiro comes from a shinobi family and can talk to animals, which is why he stops to help. The problem is that cat isn't a cat at all. It's an ancient Mononoke named Rago, and pretty much every dangerous spirit faction is hunting it. Things go bad fast, and the only way out is for Jiro and Rago to permanently fuse their souls together. So now he's walking around with an ancient spirit living inside him, on top of his own shinobi abilities, and he has no idea how to control any of it. If you've ever wondered what Bleach would feel like with the chaotic energy of Chainsaw Man, this is one of the closest things airing this season. The exiled Heavy Knight knows how to game the system. Elmas comes from a family of master swordsmen, and on the day he's supposed to receive his class, he gets Heavy Knight. Pure defense, almost no attack power, and considered completely useless by everyone. His own father disowns him on the spot. What nobody knows is that Elimus was reincarnated into this world from a past life. And he already knows this world inside out because it's the exact same game he used to play. Heavy Knight is secretly one of the most broken classes in the entire game, if you actually know how to build it. So his father didn't just exile his own son. He exiled someone who's walking around with a strategy guide in his head. And the flashy animation fits the story perfectly. If you love watching an underdog completely outplay everyone who underestimated him, don't sleep on this one. Red River. Yuri had just passed her college entrance exam and shared her first kiss. But that same night, mysterious hands reach out from a puddle and drag her under, and she wakes up in ancient Anatolia around 1500 BC, and the first thing she finds out is that she wasn't brought there by accident. Queen Nakia, the most powerful woman in the Hittite Empire, summoned her for one reason: to sacrifice her. The only person who stands in the way is a Hittite prince named Kyle, but trust me, he has his own reasons for keeping her alive. Fans have been waiting decades to see this story animated, and after selling over 20 million copies and winning the Shogakukan Manga Award, it definitely earned it. They even worked with real archaeologists to make the historical setting feel as authentic as possible. If you're looking for an isekai that's actually rooted in history, this one's worth checking out. Tomb Raider King. Ju-hyun has spent years risking his life raiding ancient tombs filled with supernatural relics, and the people who hired him leave him to die inside one. Right before he's killed, something sends him back 15 years into the past before any of this ever happened. Now he knows exactly which tombs are about to appear, exactly which relics are inside them, and exactly who's going to smile at him while quietly planning to get rid of him. But what really makes Ju-hyun different is that he doesn't just overpower his enemies, he manipulates them. He'll provoke people into making mistakes, turn allies against each other, and sit back while they do half the work for him. If solo leveling got you hooked on this kind of story, Tomb Raider King brings that same energy, but with the main character who wins by manipulating everyone around him. Though I am an inept villainess. Ririn is the Imperial Court's golden girl beloved by everyone and the obvious choice to become the next empress. Keigetsu, the woman everyone looks down on as the court rat, has had enough. So during the Double Sevens festival, she pushes Ririn off a balcony and in that same moment uses forbidden magic to swap their bodies. The funny part is, this plan works a little too well. Ririn spent her entire life trapped in a frail, sickly body. So when she wakes up in Keigetsu's body locked in a prison cell, accused of crimes she never committed and facing execution, she's surprisingly okay with it, because for the first time in her life, she's in a body that actually works. If the Apothecary Diaries got you hooked on all the court intrigue and political scheming, this is another one you shouldn't miss. Smoking behind the supermarket with you. So Sasaki is 45, completely burned out from corporate life, and at this point the only thing keeping him going is cigarettes and the smile of his favorite supermarket cashier, Yamada. One evening she's already off shift when he gets there. Instead, he ends up smoking behind the store with this cool, kind of intimidating woman named Tayama. And just like that, that one cigarette becomes the best part of his week. Now here's the fun part. As a viewer, you'll figure out almost immediately that Yamada and Tayama are the same person. The show doesn't even try to hide it, but Sasaki has no idea, and that's exactly what makes it so entertaining. You already know what he doesn't, and you're just waiting for him to put the pieces together. If you're tired of high school romances, this is a nice change of pace. The World is Dancing. Oniyasha is a young boy born into a traveling theater troupe. While the world around him is consumed by war and famine, dance has been part of his life for as long as he can remember. But no matter how much he watches people perform, he can't figure out one thing: why do people dance? Then one day he stumbles across an abandoned shack in the middle of nowhere. Inside, he finds a woman dancing completely by herself, and whatever he sees in that moment stays with him for the rest of his life. The craziest part, Oniyasha actually existed. He grows up to become Xiami, the man who created No Theater, the world's oldest surviving theatrical art form, still performed more than 600 years later. You're watching where that journey begins, and knowing where it ends makes every scene hit differently. Jaadugar, a witch in Mongolia. Sitara is a slave girl living in 13th century Persia, until she's taken in by a family of scholars who see potential in her. Instead of treating her like a servant, they teach her to read and write. And once she realizes how powerful knowledge can be, it completely changes the way she sees the world. But then the Mongols invade. Everything she knows, everything she loves is gone overnight. Most people would have spent the rest of their lives trying to escape the empire that took everything from them. Sitara walks straight into it. Inside the Khan's court, she crosses paths with Turagin, one of the most powerful women in the empire. And neither of them is there just to survive. Oh, and the title Jaadugar literally means magician in Persian, but there's no actual magic in this story. The magic is knowledge. It's one of those rare anime where the animation is just as unique as the story it's telling. Sparks of Tomorrow. Kihachi dreams of bringing electricity to a version of Kyoto where electricity doesn't even exist. As a child, he poured all of his ideas into a notebook called the 20th Century Electrical Catalog. Then his older brother took it to war and never came back. Years later, Kihachi crosses paths with Inako, someone who's pretty much his complete opposite. He believes in logic and science. She believes in just about everything. The first time she heard a gramophone, she was convinced the gods were trying to talk to her. Before long, they're both searching for the missing catalog. But finding it was never going to be that easy. Yosuke, the heir to the Steam Empire, is after it too. After everything Kyoto Animation has been through, it's great to see them back doing what they do best. If you're looking for something completely different this season, don't miss this one. Before we get to number 1, let's quickly go through a few other anime that caught my attention this summer. Kaiju Girl Caramelize. Kuro has spent her whole life trying not to stand out because whenever her emotions get out of control, she transforms into a giant kaiju. Then the most popular guy in her class notices her, and keeping that secret gets a whole lot harder. Iron Walk Jen. Jen Akiyama walks into one of Tokyo's most prestigious Chinese restaurants, says their food isn't good enough, and takes over the kitchen on the spot. He treats cooking like combat, and the scary part is, he's usually right. Hanaori Sin still wants to fight in the next life. Raisei used to be a feared demon king in another world. Now he's a complete shut-in, until the hero who defeated him in his past life shows up at his door. She remembers everything, so does he, and now he ends up as her teacher. Goodbye, Lara. Lara is a mermaid who fell in love with a human prince 200 years ago, made a forbidden wish, and dissolved into sea foam. She wakes up in modern Japan with one chance to survive, find true love, or disappear again. And the first person she meets looks exactly like the prince she lost. And now, it's time for one of the most influential anime ever made, The Ghost in the Shell. Whether you've watched Ghost in the Shell or not, you've probably seen its impact. The 1995 film was a huge influence on The Matrix. That's the kind of legacy we're talking about. Science Saru went back to Masamune Shiro's original 1989 manga. They're starting from the very beginning. It's 2029. Your brain is connected to the internet, your body can be upgraded, and the line between human and machine has almost disappeared. Motoko leads the unit investigating crimes unique to a world like this, and right now, someone is hacking people in ways that shouldn't even be possible. The biggest surprise is Motoko herself. Instead of the cold, almost untouchable leader most people remember, she's funnier, messier, and a lot more human. Science Saru didn't just go back to the beginning. They reminded us why Motoko is one of anime's most iconic characters. And that's the lineup of new anime you shouldn't miss this summer. Now I want to hear from you. Out of everything on this list, which one has completely surprised you so far? And is there another anime airing this summer that deserved a spot on this list? Drop it in the comments. And if you want to see which returning favorites you should watch this summer, I've covered all the biggest sequels. That video's on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.